Hey guys, this is Money Value. My name is Olga. Press the like button and let's begin. Saying that 2020 was a difficult year would be an understatement, and let's not rush into getting our hopes for 2021 up. Today, I'll tell you about the dark days. This was when all 13 districts rebelled against the capital and Panem's government. Sorry, wrong paper. It's Friday, which means it's news time. So what has happened this week? Let's see. The burning issue would be the results of presidential elections. Spoiler alert, Biden was announced as the next president and Trump accepted defeat, yet he still believes there was a huge fraud. His supporters felt the same way and invaded the Capitol. Some of them were armed, it was wild, many people ended up at the hospitals, FBI defused several explosive devices, and finally they imposed a curfew. Oh, and one more. Trump was banned from Twitter and Facebook. Here's what he had to say before it happened. These are the things and events that happen when the sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and peace. Remember this day forever. Here's what Joe Biden had to say. He marks out that democracy is fragile. And I almost forgot, now FBI is looking for the mutineers. But this is not what we're discussing today. You definitely came to this channel to hear how the stock market reacted to this news, and here's what happened to it after the events in Washington. The S&P 500 gained 1.5% to reach a record high, and the Dow also rose to a record intraday level. The Nasdaq recovered Wednesday's losses, outperforming with a jump of more than 2.3% to break above 13,000. By the way, recently most experts predicted a significant fall in the stock market, yet the market almost ignored the events in Capitol. How many times have you heard something like "stay wealthy, stay healthy" recently? Well, here's someone who got all your Christmas wishes coming true all to himself and became the richest person in the world. Guess who it is now? Elon Musk. He outran Jeff Bezos, Amazon founder. His net worth crossed 185 billion. It all happened when Tesla shares increased on Thursday. Musk started 2020 worth about $27 billion and was barely in the top 50 richest people. I guess this year hasn't started so bad for him after all. By the way, here's how he reacted to the news. One more interesting thing that happened this week is Bitcoin's value reaching more than $40,000. Just a few weeks ago, we were wondering how it managed to cross $23,000 line. It does look like a belated Christmas miracle, and it means that the crypto market is worth more than $1 trillion now. To compare, Apple has just twice more. At this point, any sell-offs and setbacks will be seen as another opportunity to enter a market. Even though we did make it through 2020, we still have to put up with the problems our past brought us. Coronavirus couldn't have magically disappeared. But good news, the Moderna and Pfizer and BioNTech vaccines are working. The last one is a leader for now. However, people with a history of allergies should be monitored, as there are several cases of anaphylaxis. Let's hope for the best here. While I'm still on the topic, check out the stock price of Pfizer and BioNTech. What can I say? Any additional order of significant size would be great news for BioNTech and Pfizer. Now let's talk about oil. As marginal cost improves, that will prod US to produce more, and we're suspecting that, like we have seen in the years gone by, the US will keep the lead on real rallies in oil price over the course of this year, says David Lennox, resource analyst. Saudi Arabia took 1 million barrels of oil off the market. That was quite surprising. Nobody expected the market to tighten up that much. We have to wait and see what happens next, but it's reasonable to expect an oil rally in 2021 in the US, where domestic production has fallen to about 11 million barrels, and that is significantly lower than its potential. That being said, here's a forecast for you. Some people believe that more and more individuals would switch to the renewable energy source this year. Solar energy is becoming easier and cheaper to install, and the last one is really important with the struggles brought by COVID. Let's see how it goes. That's not it. Boeing has agreed to pay $2.5 billion to settle US criminal charges that it hid information from safety officials about the design of its 737 MAX planes. About $500 million will go to the family of the 346 people killed in tragedies. Boeing said the agreement acknowledged how the firm fell short of their values and expectations. They say that it was a reminder to all of them of how critical their obligation of transparency to regulators was. Well, however much they pay, they can't bring loved ones back. If we're talking about Boeing, here's what their stocks look like. There's been a serious downfall recently, and I don't think the compensation thing will improve the situation on the stock market. Now let's get to the very first days of New Year and talk about dollar. The thing is, the US dollar kicked off the new year with a weak start. It lost ground against almost every major currency on Monday, pushing the gauge of its strength to the lowest level in nearly 3 years. The euro rose as much as 0.7% against the dollar towards a high last seen more than 2 years ago, while the greenback touched the weakest level against the Chinese yuan since June 2018. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index fell 0.5% to its lowest level since February 2018. It ended 2020 5.5% weaker. The yuan's yield advantage over the dollar, which is near the widest on the record, is also driving capital inflows. Reserve managers probably increased their holdings of Japanese yen and the yuan in the third quarter of 2020, according to a Goldman Sachs note. I guess there is no point in trying to predict anything. The New York Stock Exchange is starting the process of delisting securities of 3 Chinese telecom companies: China Mobile, China Telecom, and China Unicom. Actually, they announced their decision last week but then reversed it. Anyway, they're doing it now. Trading in the securities will be suspended on the 11th of January. How do you think stock market reacted to this? Shares of 3 companies have been on a roller coaster ride due to the indecision, falling on the initial announcement, rising on the first reversal, and failing again on the second. Shares in all companies fell around 8% in Hong Kong, where they are also listed. I want the last news for today to be coronavirus or Trump unrelated. Look at this, Elon Musk-led Tesla has been on a stunning run over the past year, recording a 743% gain in its stock in 2020. Tesla got added to the S&P 500 index and benefited from a growing view among consumers and market watchers that electric cars will dominate the future auto industry. After Thursday's advance, Tesla market capitalization stands at about $761 billion, right around Facebook's $769 billion. Facebook shares rose as much as 3.2% on Thursday, while Tesla jumped 7.4%, an all-time high. Whatever happens in the world, let's stay positive. Happy New Year and may the odds be ever in your favor. I'm just kidding. May this year truly be happy. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, see you soon.